My name is Malick Traoré, an entrepreneur, an inventor, and a computer scientist. I've been with Robots Mali company since 2017, developing projects and learning about robotics.
I'm Drissa Diarra. I'm blind. I'm an expert in adaptive technology for the visually impaired.
Together we've invented a seeing device for the visually impaired.
It's called Yelenkoura, which means the new light.
Yelenkoura Torche.
Yelenkoura is a portable electronic device that can detect objects by using ultrasounds and sensors. It then feeds this information back to the visually impaired user through a system of vibrations and beeping sounds. This allows visually impaired people to identify when they are near an object, to avoid it, and be able to get around unassisted. We've included a miniature solar panel, which allows people to charge the battery even if they are in remote areas with little access to electricity. The battery itself can power the device for up to a week, if the device is used for about 2 to 3 hours daily.
The many advantages. The first is the ability to detect objects from a distance. With Yelenkoura, you can detect obstacles from over 3 meters away, and the user is informed about the distances through a series of vibrations in the handle. Compare this with the classic white cane, where you can only detect obstacles through contact. The white cane can also get stuck on objects. With Yelenkoura, you can even detect objects that are higher up. It's also more portable, and you have the choice of setting it to either vibrate or make beeping sounds when it detects obstacles, which means it can be used easily by people who are both blind and deaf. This was very important to us. Over the past 100 years, the classic white cane has barely changed. It's still the same, whereas our device is all about innovative solutions and technologies that adapt to our current times. The idea of developing it had been on my mind for a very long time, because I'd always asked myself how, as a visually impaired person, I could help other people like me and try to make their lives easier. So our ideas fused together, and the result is what you see here. Our invention was well received. We got lots of feedback, encouragement, and enthusiasm from all of our users, and I'm one of them.
We want to incorporate facial recognition to allow people living with this kind of handicap to recognize their family members or loved ones. We are also working in our lab on various programs that would allow users to identify specific objects and avoid them in particular. We are looking to add a GPS function to help non-sighted users get around, especially in unfamiliar cities. But beyond all this, we want to position ourselves as a startup that's developing adaptive solutions for the handicapped people in Mali and across Africa.
De la part des utilisateurs, à commencer par moi-même.
Je m'appelle Michael Leventhal.
My name is Michael Leventhal. I'm the director of Robo Mali, which is the National Educational Center for Robotics and Artificial Intelligence. I came to Mali from the Silicon Valley, where I spent many years as a tech entrepreneur. I worked with lots of startups. But when I arrived in Mali, I just fell in love with the country. And now I've been living here for 6 years.
Malick était un de nos étudiants.
Malick was one of our students at Robo Mali. Here we do lots of training courses and guided projects. That's really our mission, to identify young talents and train them up. Malick was selected among a number of very capable candidates. He showed great promise and really stood out from the crowd. The most important skill is the ability to gather a team around you and to keep them motivated. This is something that Malick has done well. His project involves a lot of contributors. There's the official team, and then there are students who are eager to learn from him, and there's also a whole community that wants to see the project succeed. Now, of course, it's going to have an impact on people who are visually impaired. We hope it can have a positive impact on their ability to live and socialize. Everyone should be able to participate in our society, but I'd say that's actually the easy part. The other aspect is making sure this project is profitable. Malick is entering a market that's definitely underserved. We see a lot of people who dream of doing something, but there's a big difference between dreaming and actually having a serious idea that's doable and can succeed, building a business around it and changing the world. That's something else entirely. We don't see many people who are capable of getting to the next level. So if you asked me to describe Malick, I'd say that he definitely is capable of this.
Voir Malick and voir quelqu'un capable.
Je me présente Fatoumata Tunkara.
My name is Fatoumata Tunkara. I study administration and political science at university. I'm blind and have been using Yelenkoura for around 2 months now. I use Yelenkoura when I go out, on my way to school, to go see my friends, to go to the market. Before, I used a white cane to get around, but it was really bulky, so it made things a bit complicated for me. The advantage of using the Yelenkoura is that it can detect objects faster and from farther away than the white cane, especially when it comes to obstacles in your way. When I started using it, it really helped me a lot, so I believe it's a device that has the power to help non-sighted people get around like everyone else.
Parmi les populations.
I am Haji Bari, President of the Malian Union for the Blind. My scope of work is to take care of the welfare of the visually impaired, to establish opportunities for all so that partially sighted and visually impaired individuals can participate in the overall process of socio-economic development.
We've brought you our latest model of the Yelenkoura so you can give us your thoughts and feedback. You can already see here that we've added a button which switches the device on or off, and there's a little sound that plays to let you know which position it's on. As in previous models, the Yelenkoura device detects the object from a distance of up to 3 meters and lets you know through bips and vibrations, which become more intense as you get closer.
Have you considered a way of programming the device to detect taxis, since here in Mali, they're all yellow also? Have you looked into a way of detecting ditches on the ground? Is this something that you've considered?
To address these issues, we are currently working on a newer model. For the next prototype, we are planning to integrate a ditch detection system, as well as a software that would allow it to identify and name specific objects or individuals. We hope this will solve the issues that you've brought up.
And what about the current price? Will it stay the same?
Well, these functionalities will be more expensive to develop and produce, so this might have an impact on the price.
The 3 tips which I'd give to startups, to young people who want to build their own startups, and to the gentleman from Yelenkoura would be: 1. Study your environment. It's important to study your environment in general, but also to look specifically at handicapped people and what they might value in a product or innovation. 2. Know your market. It's important to think about the products that already exist on the market to help protect handicapped people. And 3. Educate your customers. Make sure that handicapped people really get to know the product by holding information and training sessions to teach them how to use it.